Taiwan has closed schools and offices in preparation for the arrival of Typhoon Krathon, which is expected to make landfall on Thursday morning. Many flights have also been canceled as the storm approaches the coastline. Some 10,000 people have been evacuated from areas across the typhoon's projected path as Taiwan's president warns of likely catastrophic damage. Around 40,000 troops have been put on standby for relief efforts. And James Chater, our correspondent in the region, joins us now from Kaohsiung, where the typhoon is due to make landfall shortly. Now, James, what's the situation like at the moment where you are?
Well, really, in the last few minutes or so, the rain and the wind, as you can see behind me in the southern city of Kaohsiung, has really started to pick up. The speed of the winds, the intensity of the rain likely to increase further as we move into this evening and tomorrow morning when the Typhoon Krathon is likely to make landfall. As you mentioned in that introduction, no deaths, fortunately, have been reported so far, but dozens of people have been injured by this typhoon. 38,000 troops are on standby and some 10,000 people have already been evacuated from some of these areas in more mountainous areas of Taiwan where the risks of flash flooding and stronger winds and rains are likely to be felt.
And where is the storm expected to move next?
There's been somewhat conflicting reports about the exact path and the forecasted route of this typhoon. It really had swung in from the south of Taiwan's mainland and was initially forecast to make landfall sometime today. That was then delayed. The typhoon got somewhat stuck in this part of southern Taiwan, but it is expected to move north over the western part of Taiwan, the more populous part of Taiwan, over the course of this evening and into tomorrow morning and potentially into Friday as well. Important to point out, today all of Taiwan has been closed down. Businesses, schools and shops have been shut across the island. It's not clear yet whether those restrictions will be enforced across the island as well tomorrow. But because this typhoon has slowed down, the pace of its movement has slowed down slightly, the length of time that the impact of this typhoon could be felt over Taiwan, even though it has weakened a little bit from initial estimates, is likely to be more protracted over the course of the next few days.
James, the Taiwanese government has warned that the typhoon was likely to cause catastrophic damage. How well prepared are authorities, but also residents?
Yeah, well, look, Taiwan is really used to this type of natural disaster. It has a regular typhoon season during which several typhoons usually hit Taiwan. So this is something that the government and residents are pretty used to. But something that's been unique about this typhoon, I guess, is that the route of it, which is that usually typhoons that hit Taiwan strike from the east. So they move over the Pacific Ocean and initially hit the eastern part of Taiwan. What we've seen with this typhoon is it swing in from the south and then move up to hit the western part of Taiwan, which again is the more populous part of Taiwan. Millions of residents, all the major cities are on the western part of Taiwan. And so there will be questions, as there were questions following Typhoon Gamy, which struck Taiwan in July with 11 people dead left after that, whether as a result of climate change with the increasing intensity of this type of typhoon, whether the measures in place across Taiwan are going to be fit for purpose going forward.
DW correspondent James Chater in Kaohsiung in Taiwan. Thank you so much.